succeed with this method, you must know your times tables. For 643 divided by 5, I've got to know my 5 times tables. So I'm going to start by looking at this digit here, the 6. And I'm thinking, how many times will 5 go into 6? It does of course go in once, with a remainder of 1, which I'm going to place just here. The next step is to look at this as 14. How many times will 5 go into 14? 5 times 2 equals 10, and there's going to be a remainder of 4. So I'll put my remainder here. Now what I'll be looking at is 43. How many times does 5 go into 43? Well, 5 times 8 is 40, which gives me a remainder of 3. In this problem, the number is larger, it's 4 digits which I'm dividing, but the principle remains the same. So the first thing I look at here is the 6. How many times will 6 go into 6? It's not going to make your brain melt to realise that the answer to that is 1. My next step is to look at this 0 digit. How many times will 6 divide into 0? 0. Now my next step is to look at the 4 digit. How many times will 6 go into 4? It doesn't go in once. But what do I do with that 4? Well, that becomes my remainder. So now what I look at is actually 41. How many times will 6 go into 41? Well, I know 6 times 6 is 36. So I'll put my 6 up here. And the remainder from 36 to 41 is 5. So the answer to 6041 divided by 6 is 1006, remainder 5. In this calculation, we'll be dividing 5293 by 8. We start by looking at the 5 digit here. How many times will 8 go into 5? The answer is of course 0. What do I do with this 5 here? Well, it becomes my remainder, and I place it here. Now I look at 52. How many times will 8 go into 52? Well, I know that 8 times 7 is 56, but that's too much, isn't it? So 8 times 6, which is 48, is what I'm going to be thinking of here. So 8 times 6 is 48. The remainder between 48 and 52 is 4, which I'm going to place just here. Now I look at 49. How many 8s go into 49? Well, I know that 8 times 6 equals 48, and the remainder between 48 and 49 is 1, which I'll place here. Now I look at 13. How many times does 8 go into 13? The answer is of course 1, and the remainder between 8 and 13 will be 5. So the answer to 5293 divided by 8 is 661, remainder 5.